Well, the Admiral was right about the wrench. I wonder what Q will have to say about it.
Ice Queen or not, she didn't deserve to die.
Sorry for the holdup. Had to check something before I returned. Q, can you have a look at this wrench and tell me what happened to it?
Si, señorita, I have nothing to hide. I used this wrench while fixing the pipe and broke it.
Aha! Caught you now, you lying bastard!
Q, mind explaining? The Admiral knew about the wrench breaking because you told him. He was actually there, wasn't he?
Si, señorita, I lied. He was walking around in the backyard for a while.
Why on earth would you lie in a situation like this?
That man took my honor, blamed me for the bad things I didn't do. Back where I'm from, that's unforgivable. I have no respect for men like him.
So you thought you could have regained your honor by lying about him? Doesn't sound very honorable, Q, does it?
No, señorita, it doesn't. I must apologize. I didn't mean to lie to you.
When was the last time you saw each other?
After my stroll in the backyard and a small chat with Q, I returned to my suite. It was just before you came to my room asking about the bullet casing you found at the crime scene.
After the Admiral left, I headed toward the jungle to check on some plants. When I came back, I found Senora Bennett looking for me around the greenhouse. After that, we came here straight away.
For what it's worth, I don't believe that Sam or Q killed Portia.
But someone still had to take Lucas's handgun.
Let's question the last person before we make any conclusions.
Agreed. Sam, Q, you both can go now.
1 second. I'd like to take a photo of them for documentation purposes, if they don't mind.
Of course, señorita.
My conscience is clear. Do what you need to do.
Thank you. We'll talk to you later, Admiral. Jax, it's your turn.
Yeah. Let's get this over with.
Carla, you've got this.
So, what would you like to know?
When was the last time you talked to Portia?
Oh, isn't Carla the lead here, Ruben?
Just answer the question.
Fine. Just before Ruben had a convo with my fist. What about it?
Could you swallow your pride for a minute, Jax? No one wants to be here. But if you cooperate, this will be over quicker.
I did say fine. Just ask your damn questions.
Mind sharing what you and Portia talked about?
She told me about the goddamn letter Janet sent Ruben. By the way, a real friend you are, Ruben.
It's not what you think.
What else you want to know?
Did you speak with anyone else afterward?
Besides my fist speaking to Ruben? Yeah. I spoke with Janet. I told her that I knew about the letter. She went to talk to Portia after.
Almost done here. Who do you think killed Portia?
I don't know who did it or why, but I can tell when someone has a mask on. A trait of an actor, I guess. I can tell that Margot has secrets. She acts nice, but I feel like she's hiding something.
One last thing and you're free to go. I need to take a photo of you.
What for?
Just let her take the photo and go, Jack.
Fine. Are we done here?
Yes, you're free to go.
Kat, Carla, please join me in the study. I'd like to discuss the current situation with you.
Sure.
I'd like to go over the details of what we've learned so far.
It seems that Q and Sam spent most of the evening together in the backyard. So either they're both implicated, or neither of them had anything to do with Portia's death.
I'd say the latter is more likely. I can't see a reason for either of them to kill Portia.
Well, speaking of motives, you have the love triangle between Ruben, Portia, and Janet, who apparently pulled Jax into it. But it's not really clear to me why one of them would kill Portia.
Janet didn't tell us the full story. Mrs. B said that Portia had something on Janet.
I could tell that Janet was hiding something when we questioned her.
I still find it hard to believe that Janet has some hidden secret that she doesn't want to get out.
Sometimes the closer you are to a person, the harder it is to see them for who they are.
What about Margot and Miss Bird?
Well, I hate to say it, but Mrs. B had the chance to kill Portia too. She was left alone in the club room around the time of the murder.
What reason could Georgiana have had to kill her?
Well, objectively speaking, she does have a criminal record.
Yes, but you shouldn't judge people by their past mistakes. What's done is done.
I think we're still missing the evidence we need to determine the killer.
The key to it is probably the USB drive we found in Portia's laptop. I believe that whoever killed Portia was trying to obtain information on Ruben's project.
Unfortunately, it will take time before we can access any data on that USB drive. For now, all we can do is try to narrow down the list of suspects.
Sounds great, but how?
I think that's a question for tomorrow. We should all get some rest now.
Couldn't agree with you more, Ruben. If you'll excuse me, I'll be off back to my suite.
Good night, Dr. Cat.
Good night, Carla.
Carla, could you keep me company for a bit longer? I'd like to say my last goodbyes to Portia.
Of course. I'm here for you. These pastoral paintings must have cost a fortune. Does Mrs. Bird sit here when Ruben's ill? Feels like I'm in a museum of The pursuit of knowledge can be cruel sometimes. Feels like I'm in a museum of natural science. Feel.
It's so hard to see her like this. She did not deserve it.
No one does, Ruben. Maybe we should cover her up before you say your last goodbyes.
If you could, Carla. There should be some clean sheets somewhere in this room.